Hi, Greg Elwell. I'm here in my garage today, which is the hub of innovation. Well, at least for me, in some regards, anyways. But I want to talk about innovation today, and it doesn't have anything to do with what's in my garage. I just thought this would be a cool place to try something different. I just given myself the title of Chief Innovation Officer, CIO. So, when you have your own company and you're the only person in the company, guess what? You get to decide what your title is and what your role is. And I say that in kind of tongue in cheek, but at the same time, I say that in all seriousness. I really think that innovating in your company and as a person is so very, very important. You've heard it said before, never stop innovating. And I also say never stop adopting innovation. I think it's critical to who we are, what we do, and how successful we'll become. I think back to the wireless industry. Back in 1989, I was in the wireless industry, worked for Cellular One, Craig McCaw's company, and I was hired to be their area service center manager. And as their service center manager, I ran the installation centers. And back then, the wireless technology was limited to car phones. Remember that? You paid $2,500 to $3,000 or more to have a car phone installed in your vehicle. And you drove around your car with your little antenna on the glass or on your roof, and you were really cool. You were early adopters of cell phone technology. And so we progressed since then, right? No, we're not limited to our cars anymore. The technology has advanced, they've innovated, and now we have portable phones, we have data phones, we have iPhones, we have Blackberries. In fact, right now this is the Motorola Ultra Classic. This was one of the first portable phones. I was also involved in the industry when data came into being. This is a PocketNet phone by AT&T Wireless based on their CD-PD technology. It doesn't work anymore, it's all based on old analog stuff. But it was a precursor to the BlackBerry. It was the first phone that could do email, it could do internet browsing, it could do data business applications for your business. And now, of course, we have the BlackBerry, we have the iPhone, we have it all. What would happen if a company in the wireless industry stopped innovating? Well, let me tell you, with Motorola, they did that. Around 1995, when they created when they're trying to make the shift from analog to digital, they had a digital flip phone that had a software glitch in it. And the software glitch caused the phone not to work and actually would lock up cell sites so people couldn't use a cell site. And it basically kept a lot of people off the air. And so Motorola's response was to recall all the phones, I think about a couple 100,000 at the time, and basically get out of the engineering, get out of the creative, get out of the innovation of digital technology and let others do it. And others did do it. And for many, many years, Motorola lost a ton of market share. While a lot of other companies, a lot of other manufacturers figured this stuff out and really took the lead. So, Jack Welch said this. He said, when the rate of change outside your organization exceeds the rate of change inside your organization, the end is near. So the end was almost near for Motorola, but they have survived and they've come out of it now and they're doing much better. But we need to apply this to ourselves as well. We need to be innovating. We need to be keeping up with the rate of change outside of us and outside of our organization. And we need to do this in a personal way, and we need to do this in a business way as well. I want to highlight for you one example of personal innovation and how someone is being innovative and brilliant in terms of their marketing and what it is they do and how they're innovating. I met this person at a business mixer last week. I believe her name was Jeannie, and she was introduced to me as someone who does landscape design. And so, small business in town, landscape design. I said, that's great. I said, how did you get involved in that? And she said, well, it's really interesting. I didn't start out doing this as a job or anything. I had this other job that I was doing, but I started doing, I always had a flair for it. I had an interest in it. And I started doing it in my own backyard. I started, rearranging things, planting things here, creating stuff there. And my neighbor said, well, that's really cool, Jeannie. you're really very good at what you do, and I can tell you really love it. What would you do in our yard? So, she'd go over to their yard and she'd look at their yard. She said, well, we could plant this here, we can move that here, we could build this here. And they said, well, let's do it. And so she started to help her neighbor, build that and do that in their yard. And, pretty soon she did another neighbor, and pretty soon all her neighbors are saying, Jeannie, you're so good at this. You should be doing this full time. And it's like, why not? I'm good at it. I have a flair for it. I love it. I'm passionate about it. So she started her own landscape design business. And when I talked to her and she was telling me this stuff, I mean, her eyes just lit up. Her face glowed. She spoke rapidly, and I could tell she was really in her element. She had nailed it, and she was really happy with what she was doing. Why? Because she was living her passion. She was innovating. She was letting that play out. She was taking the opportunity, and she was turning it into something really, really great. On a business level, how are you adopting innovation on a business level? Years ago, websites became a marketing tool, so to speak. And so a lot of businesses, small, large, medium, they built websites, and then and people look at their website. Oh, okay, that's great. That's what you do. Okay, and maybe they did business. Well, today, if you just have a website and you've had a website for a year, maybe 2 years, guess what? You're non-existent. You failed to innovate. You failed to adopt the technologies that are available today, the modern marketing technologies of Web 2.0, or what's being called Marketing 2.0 or 2.0, whatever you want to say, environment. Today, you have to be interactive. You have to be engaging. You have to be connected. And there's such things as blogs where you can publish your creativity, your content, your innovation, your ideas, your thoughts on a regular basis, and attract people to it that are interested in what it is you do. You can also connect on social networks and business networks like LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and you can have conversations. You can allow other people to have conversations about you. And what that does, and when you adopt that innovation, that technology, it makes you interesting. It makes you remarkable. It makes you visible. It makes you credible. So today, if all you have is just a website, you need to think about how can you adopt some of this new innovation, some of this new technology that's available to you to be used and to be taken advantage of, to really showcase what it is you do, who you are, how you're innovative, how you're interesting, what you have to offer that somebody might be interested in. So never stop innovating, never stop adopting innovation, and just really enjoy what it is that you do. Be passionate about it, and I hope this has been a helpful tip for you. So I'll talk to you next time. Take care.